At the end, you will vote to convict or acquit. I know that they tried this in the real Senate, but perhaps we'll have better luck. Do you solemnly affirm as mock senators that you will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office on which you are about to enter? Yes. One note about decorum. We don't have any. Feel free to laugh, shout, and tackle, but for everyone's sake, please don't slow us down. Are we agreed?
Yes!
In an impeachment proceeding, the House of Representatives drafts the articles of impeachment and appoints a small number of its members to prosecute the case to the Senate. These are called House Managers. The House Manager will now step forward.
Senators, impeachment is not a criminal justice process. It is a political process. Because the not-so-Supreme Court has bestowed on the President a crown of immunity for criminal prosecution, the remedy of impeachment stands as the last remaining guardrail protecting our imperfect democracy from the unhinged, lawless destruction of a would-be dictator.
For the sake of dramatic action and to spare you the redundancy of repetition over and over ad nauseum, we have pre-sworn all the witnesses. Rest assured that they are under oath and will speak the truth for once. It's jarring at first, but try to get used to it.
Article 4. Corruption, self-dealing, oligarchic rule, and shattering the rules-based international order. The evidence will show that the President of the United States abused the powers of his office to construct a system of corruption, granting favors, access, and governmental power to a small class of wealthy technology and oil oligarchs while undermining the interests of the American people. In parallel, he damaged the democratic alliances that have sustained global stability since the Second World War and replaced them with transactional relationships with oligarchic and authoritarian leaders once understood to be adversaries of the United States.
We call to testify the 4 oligarchs of the apocalypse. Bum, bum, ba, bum, bum, ba, bum, bum, ba, bum. Bum, 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 ba, bum. Bum, ba, bum.
State your name and business for the record.
Elon Musk, Tesla, SpaceX, X Corp, XAI, XXX.
Tim Cook, Apple.
Talking to your microphone, Dick.
Tim Cook, Apple. Jeff Bezos, Amazon.
Mark Zuckerberg, Meta. But you old people might remember it as Facebook.
How much did you donate to the president's election campaign and or super PACs?
It's hard to say exactly. In the millions, probably in the hundreds of millions.
Nothing.
Nada. Zilch.
How about after the election? How much did you donate to his inaugural fund?
$1 million.
$1 million.
$1 million bucks. $1 million smackers.
And what did you get in return for your investment? I mean donation.
Nothing at all.
Not a thing. Oh, great party, bro.
Unlimited access to government databases, the power to fire a whole bunch of civil servants, a lot of ketamine, and his rad chainsaw. But that was just a coincidence, not related to the donations at all.
I see. And did any of you provide a personal gift to the president?
No.
Hell no.
Yes, personalized peace plaque mounted on a 24-karat gold base. He likes gold and he likes peace.
And you, Mr. Bezos?
Does a $75 million biopic of his wife count? Then yes.
And how much did your companies donate to the Trump ball pit? I mean the ballroom project.
An undisclosed amount.
Nothing. That ballroom makes me think of parties with Jeffrey Epstein. Trump's in the files, you know.
After those donations, did you get access to the president that ordinary Americans do not?
I am an ordinary American.
I believe I already answered this.
A few Oval Office meetings. Yeah, we hung out a bit.
Do your companies depend on federal contracts, regulation, or enforcement decisions?
billions in federal launch contracts,
Tariffs and trade decisions.
Government cloud contracts and labor enforcement. Antitrust and platform regulation.
Since the inauguration, have government decisions moved in ways that matter materially to your bottom line?
yes,
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
it's better have, or we've wasted a lot of our money.
Does the president personally hold the power to control these decisions that affect your profits?
Yes,
Yes.
Yes. Yup.
Do you deny currying favor with the president for the purpose of buying influence?
I hate curry.
Never touch the stuff.
Too spicy.
Yuck. I only eat American food.
No further questions.
Wait a minute. One last question, if I may. You tech oligarchs are some of the richest and most powerful men in the history of the world. Why are you so scared of him? You may step back now. That's what I thought. Our next witness is widely regarded as the world's foremost expert and authority on oligarchy and democratic collapse. We call Professor Benjamin Sentinel to testify.
Professor Sentinel, we've heard the term oligarchy used to refer to this administration. What is oligarchy?
A small group of extremely wealthy interests have taken control of our government, and they are using it to make themselves richer while everyone else pays the price.
How has this manifest in the current administration?
Under Trump, billionaire CEOs and fossil fuel executives are getting exactly what they paid for. They got massive tax breaks, deregulation, weak enforcement, and special access while ordinary Americans struggle to afford health care, housing, and groceries. These corporations cause real harm to our democracy, to public health, public commons, and the natural world. That is not governing. That is selling the government to the highest bidder. Trump has turned the White House into a house of grift. In just his first year of this administration, he's increased his family's wealth by $1.4 billion. And this corruption does not stop at our borders. When American power is used to seize control of foreign resources, not for national security, but to enrich corporations and political allies, that's empire for profit.
What's their plan to sell this to the American people?
They've already built a built-in propaganda machine, starting with Fox News. Right-wing oligarchs recently purchased CBS and are angling to acquire CNN. When you dominate the media, you can sell corruption as patriotism and lies as truth. Ultimately, you can distort the entire culture and rewrite history. This is not supposed to happen in a healthy democracy. And if we don't confront it now, what comes next will not be a democracy at all.
Dr. Sentinel, I want to focus on the current war with Iran.
The president has illegally entangled our nation in a war of choice against Iran. Let me be clear. Although Trump tries to evade the issue by calling it an excursion, he initiated a horrific bombing campaign and regime change assassination. If this happened to us, we would call this a declaration of war.
And what was the justification for this war?
Depends on who you ask and when you ask them. The justification just keeps changing, which tells me there was no justification. Just the desire to look tough and the narcissistic delusion that he's the savior.
And does the president have the constitutional power to declare war?
No, the Constitution is very clear on this. Only the Congress can declare war.
And what are the broader consequences of this action?
This is an escalation in the pattern we've already seen to disrupt our network of alliances and destroy the rules-based international order.
And what is the rules-based international order?
After World War II, countries came together and said, we can't keep solving our problems with bombs and invasions. So they built a system of international rules and agreements. The idea is simple: respect borders, honor treaties, protect human rights, and resolve disputes through diplomacy before war. It's imperfect, but it created an unprecedented stretch of prosperity and relative peace.
What's at risk if this system is destabilized?
Chaos takes over, wars spread, alliances collapse. Authoritarians everywhere learn the lesson that force works. This illegal war of choice has already destabilized the Middle East and the world economy. And I'm not being hyperbolic here. This is how you drag the entire world into the most dangerous and volatile conditions since the Second World War. He's pushed the world to the brink and should be held accountable.
What does that accountability look like?
Impeachment, conviction, and I would add, trial before the International Criminal Court at The Hague.
Thank you for your testimony. The evidence here clearly shows that the president has abused his power to enrich himself and his cronies by promoting unstable instruments of influence, peddling, thrusting us into foreign entanglements to extract oil wealth, degrading the foundation of the rules-based world order, and in doing so has pushed our nation and the world to the brink of uncertainty.
Senators, having heard the evidence on the fourth and final article of this mock impeachment hearing, we will now proceed to the official vote to convict or impeach on each article. When prompted, please say either guilty or not guilty. On Article 1, election interference and democratic sabotage, what say you?
Guilty!
On Article 2, abuse of power and authoritarian consolidation, what say you?
Guilty!
Article 3, civil rights, state violence and human harm, what say you?
Guilty!
Article 4, corruption, self-dealing, oligarchic capture, and damage to the rules-based international order, what say you?
Guilty!
The accused stands convicted on all four counts. By your vote of conviction, the president is removed from office, effective immediately. Senators, you have voted to convict the president of the articles before you. Under the Constitution, conviction resolves guilt, but it does not resolve whether the convicted president may again hold federal office. The Senate must now consider that separate question. All those in favor of permanently disqualifying the convicted president from future office, say disqualified.
Disqualified!
All those opposed, say no. Excuse me while I turn the page. The judgment of this body has been rendered, but our work is just beginning. We only have a small window left to prevent the full authoritarian transformation of our country, a tragic end to our 250-year experiment in government by we the people. I know it's already been a long road and many of us are exhausted and burned out, or even feel hopeless to prevent this outcome. That's exactly how they want you to feel. But we have internal resources that we are not even aware of. Look at what happened in Minneapolis. Resilience, strength, love, and hope. We have to shake things up so vigorously that we create a blue tsunami at the midterm elections. But it doesn't stop there. We have to envision a new dawn for America that is not beholden to the establishments of any political parties or to the billionaire oligarchs with their techno-feudalism. An America where money has no place in politics. We must fight to end partisan gerrymandering across the nation and for public funding of elections. We must fight to abolish the Electoral College, the two-party system, and reform the Supreme Court and all anti-democratic institutions so we can finally fulfill those aspirations of a government of the people, by the people, and for the people.
With that, once again, thank you all so much. What are you going to do Monday?